Hey there, it's been a while. Let's start with some good news. The Discord is finally back, and it's here to stay. Back when I set up the Discord, a lot of people wanted to help and talk about the project, but I was the only one to moderate the server. I decided to rather invest my time into working on the map instead of managing a Discord server. Luckily, a lot of the new team members decided to step in and lend me a hand. Make sure to hop on the Discord right now so you can closely follow the progress of TerminaCraft. Now let's check out the server's progress. While you've always been able to pop Jim's balloon and play the bomber's hide and seek game, it always felt a bit stiff. Now that I know how to implement cutscenes, I decided to polish the entire part. Jim will call the other bombers and they line up. The game starts and you get to chase the bomber kids around Clocktown. Once you caught them all, they will once again line up and reveal their secret code to you. The code will be randomized for each new game. Oh yeah, in case you didn't notice, the bomber kids now finally look like human beings. SillyBones felt sorry for the atrocity that I've created and decided to turn the bomber kids into actual kids. Thank you, SillyBones, but I'll never forget the old skin. While implementing the bomber minigame, I noticed how cumbersome it is to deal with the dialogue. It was tedious for me to write, but it was also very tedious for the reader, as I hard-coded a time for how long the text would be displayed. So I went on and made this. That's right, we got the OG text boxes in TerminaCraft now. You can advance the text by pressing Shift and even make it scroll faster. This was done using the Denizen Plugin, and I'm pretty sure that it's not feasible with vanilla DATAPACKS only. Without losing your sanity, that is. I will take some time to explain the mechanics behind it, as it can be helpful for other map makers, even those who just use vanilla DATAPACKS. If you don't care for any technical jibber-jabber, just skip ahead to the next chapter. The main component for implementing things on the HUD are custom fonts along with a /title command. You can configure your characters to look like anything you like and display them on a Minecraft screen. The black background of the text box is just one character. However, if you want things to overlap, you will need a second trick: negative spaces. Minecraft usually allows you to display only one line of text in your action bar, but using negative spaces, characters will overlap. I therefore made 3 custom fonts, one for each text line, with each font having a different height. This way the text can overlap, creating the illusion of a multi-line text box. The main challenge for the text box, however, was the alignment. Minecraft action bar text is usually centered, while the Zelda text box is left aligned. To align them properly, I had to count the width of each character and pad the rest of the line with an appropriate number of white spaces. This was the part where I had to resort to Denizen, as I wouldn't know how to do this with DATAPACKS. While a dialog box looks like something very basic, it took me several hours of counting the pixels of each character and programming the necessary code, but it was well worth it. Next up, we have another HUD feature, the OG Minimap. After seeing what was possible with custom fonts in Denizen, I started to wonder whether it was actually possible to have the original Minimap in Minecraft, and turns out it was. I also go quickly into some of the details, as it's crazy to believe what was necessary to pull this off. To have the cursor properly display the player's orientation, I had to make 360 different custom characters, one for each degree of rotation. But it didn't stop there. To have the cursor to be able to go up and down on the minimap, I had to make 50 fonts for each of the 360 characters. This puts the number of custom characters up to 18,000. My beefy computer crashed every time I tried to load the resource pack, which left me no other choice than to reduce the 360 rotation characters to 180. This still makes a total of 9,000 characters, which is why I'll make sure to allow people to turn this option off in case they don't have the necessary PC specs. The result is extremely satisfying, and I even added multiplayer support so you can see your teammates while playing. Now let's move away from the programming part and check out what else is new. Skittles has been hard at work and added even more skins and builds to the map. We now have the skin of every NPC you can find in Clocktown. Every skin is filled with details and makes the map so much more alive. A great thanks to you, Skittles. Also, the bomber kids weren't the only ones to be replaced by something more good looking. My wonderful turtle met the same fate, but let's face it, Skittles' turtle looks so much better. Finally, here's a sneak peek on something I'm currently working on. On the Discord server, I asked you guys what I should implement next, and you voted for the Deco Playground. MimineStudio took the time of making a 3D model for the deco traders, and the result looks super cool. I've also been working on the moving platforms, and while it technically works, I'm looking into different methods to make the platforms move in a much smoother way. That's it. There's a lot of new content on TerminaCraft. While usually more finished stuff means more development progress, in the case of TerminaCraft, sometimes it's quite the opposite. Every time I get a new idea, such as the minimap or the dialog box, the progress actually goes backwards, as I never thought that things like these would be part of TerminaCraft. Nonetheless, I really think that they add a lot to the experience, and I had a lot of fun implementing them. So if you want to stay up to date, hop on the Discord or check out the website. Make sure to also check into my live streams from time to time, where you can watch me add new features to TerminaCraft. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.